Means somebody sitting in front of a screen or a computer, laptop screen, should be able to know what exactly his machines are doing, how they are performing, what's the health of it, when will they fail, etc. Right? That's the ideal IoT scenario. How is that achieved? By creating applications, right? So there is a need to make applications, and a massive number of applications. So that'll be 5 million applications in the next couple of years. Now, being in Bangalore, some of you may have been in the software development space, right? Or have friends in that area. If you speak closely with them, you know there are issues with creating applications, with creating software. What are the issues? You need to make sure there's perfect connectivity, there's analytics experts, there's dashboarding intelligence, there's APIs that you'll require to create for third-party applications. You'll need a database administrator, you'll need a network administrator. You may have to have design experts who know how to do web designing, right? These are the challenges in first creating an application in the traditional software development lifecycle methodology. And then, after you create them, that may not be a final application. You may have to make a lot of changes, and that'll have to be iterated. The application will have to be iterated until it reaches a finished product stage. Now, this is exactly the problem that we, as ThingWorx, identified in 2009, when IoT was just a buzzword at that point in time, and people were saying there is going to be an IoT wave coming up. And the founders of ThingWorx in 2009 said application development will have to be made easy and rapid. That's the singular vision with which ThingWorx was founded, right? So it is purpose-built for development of scalable applications, which are simple to create, and the time to market would be damn quick, and making the user interface and experience very compelling. That's the vision with which ThingWorx was founded. And of course, we were acquired by PTC in 2015, and now we're part of a larger organization. PTC is a billion-dollar company that's based in the United States in Boston. Before I get into what the platform is all about, I'll give you examples and show you examples of applications that were built in a matter of a few weeks, specifically under 3 weeks, right? We did this with Audi, a well-known automotive company, and this is the kind of dashboard we did for fleet management, right? So Audi knows where each of their cars are in Germany, and what kind of traffic they're facing, and what's the density of cars in that particular region using this application. And the health of each car, the way the car is being driven, all that is achieved and attained in real time, and Audi gets a wealth of intelligence by doing this, right? So this is an example of an application that was created extremely quickly. I'll give you another example. We did this with L'Oreal, and this is the intuitiveness that you can go down to. L'Oreal, as you know, is a large cosmetic company that's got a lot of assembly lines that need to be monitored, and you need to derive analytics out of it and understand how their assembly lines are doing. What's the health of it? What's the performance of it? If you're familiar with manufacturing terms, then overall equipment effectiveness is all measured and given to you in real time. If you see this dashboard, you see that while creating a shampoo bottle, what goes into that, the amount of plastic that goes into it, and all of this. This is a plant manager's dream. When he looks at this dashboard and knows exactly how each of his components or machines on the assembly line is functioning, and he has this kind of intelligence, that's what he wants, right? That makes his life easy. And you see an order for about 2,500 bottles of shampoo is being placed, and the assembly line is automated, and there goes the production process. You can drill down into the details based on the timeline and double click into each of those. Okay? This is the power of the interface. Now, if some of you are familiar with the process industry of manufacturing, this is something that we did, and you can hear the architect speak right now about the process. This is a process diagram, PNID diagram that's imported, and you can actually drill down and double-click into each component, which are pumps and assembly lines. All of that can be gone into detail. So listen into it a little bit.
Contrast information across multiple plants in a single screen. But what's the piece of most importance here is right here in the middle, the PNID. This PNID is exported directly as a SVG from the DXP file, and it's an interactive PNID. This means that it's fed directly with real-time data coming from sensors, and it also allows quick highlighting of elements. So for example, if I click on this tank, you see that it's automatically highlighted in the structure. If I click on the nozzles of the tank, the same selection is kept. But if I also click on the structure, I can directly see what is the part of interest in the PNID. The PNID is also enhanced with some more data coming from the file itself. So if I double click on this shell and tube heat exchanger, I have some generic attributes importing directly from the file, and maybe I can even view the component class URI of this element. I can maybe for this other element have some controls available, maybe set a target temperature. I can have information coming from external system like an ERP, maybe also run some predictive maintenance and get some machine learning results directly into the same screen. And I can connect the operator with a lot of data. So for this pump, for example, we can directly access the data sheet. I can have a list of spare parts, and I can create a new order in the ERP system for it, and within the same screen I also have embedded directly the CAD visualization for the pump, and I can also interact with it, maybe view the internal structure.
So that, by the way, is done with the help of a let me go back to that CAD diagram that you saw at the very end is done with the help of our Creo software, where you can actually have the diagram or the design of a particular pump that's imported into the ThingWorx platform. So that's part of PTC's traditional business, the business we've been in for 34 years now. Okay. How is it all done? How are these applications created?